Hello folks, and welcome to yet another edition of Travel Insights with veterans of the travel trade. Today we have with us Anoop Kanuga, Director of Bathija Travels Pvt, Mumbai. Anoop has been in the industry for over 30 years now as the owner, director of the family business, that is Bathija Travels, as I mentioned. The company was started by his father and is one of the oldest IATA travel agents in India, established in the year 1962. The business focus of the company is primarily on outbound travel to destinations like Europe, North America, Southeast Asia, Australia, and New Zealand, with almost 80% of revenues coming from international ticketing and outbound leisure and corporate FIT travel. Anoop has also been involved with TAI, the Travel Agents Association of India. He was for 6 years in the Western region as an office bearer, including 2 years as the chairman of the Western region. And currently, Anoop is a part of the National Managing Committee of the Travel Agents Association of India since 2017. This is his second consecutive term. And he is the chairman of the Tourism Council, a council within the association which works with tourism boards, both domestic and international, to assist them in promoting tourism to their particular destinations and educating the members of TAI on those particular destinations. So welcome Anoop, welcome to our show today.
Thank you, it's a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me over.
So you've been around for 30 years and this is your own family business. So tell us a little bit about your past and how you got into the business and what are the changes you have seen over the years in the business itself and the industry as a whole.
Okay, to start from the time I've been a Bombay boy. I've been grown up in South Bombay. So schooling, college, I did my schooling, finished in 1982. Then I graduated in commerce from HR college. Then I did a 2-year course in diploma in business management and decided to join the family business because I'm the only child of my parents, and at that time the travel agency was really a lucrative business. We were getting 9% IATA commission plus ORs, plus we used to get fam trips. So we had the glamour and the money at that time when I joined. So I got into the family business, then learned, every department. My father made me go through every department, passports, visas, ticketing. At that time, fare construction was a great thing to know. And then I did my IATA basic and advanced course, specialized in, we used to have FCU followed by NUC, if you remember. Fare construction unit, we used to put a Bombay-Delhi free in an itinerary. So, at those times, our clients used to have multi-city itineraries, and it was our expertise how to make the fare cheaper at that time. So I learned the art pretty well at that time. So that's how it went on. And then computerization came, Sabre came, Amish came, and then learned all those too. So that's how, the industry, I've evolved in the industry. Then, of course, participated in TAI. Shahrukh Kapadia was the chairman. He told me, why don't you get into TAI in the Western region? At that time, my father was the secretary on the national committee. So got involved in TAI as well. That's how my journey has been in the beginning.
How do you think trends and consumer behavior have changed from the time you started till today? I mean, what are the major changes you see? Because we of course have seen changes, but what are the major changes which you have seen with your client?
See, the business travelers in those days used to go for one business trip and maybe do 12 cities together. Mm-hmm. In today's time, the business traveler just goes to probably 2 places, finish off business and comes. So there are more frequent trips, but shorter trips. Same for leisure. People used to have fixed destinations, London, Paris, those kind of things. Today's younger generation wants more bespoke experiences. They want to go to smaller towns, enjoy the local way of living, the food, those kind of things. So we are seeing leisure travelers, also younger leisure travelers.
So now you mentioned the younger leisure travelers. So that's typically what we would call the millennial travelers. So what are the trends you are seeing in the millennial travelers? I mean, how do you think travel has changed considering the way they travel, and how do you, per se, your company and you yourself, cater to the aspirations of these millennial travelers?
As I mentioned, these leisure travelers now look for shorter holidays, weekend breaks, rather than going for 1 month at a time together. So they're making more frequent, shorter leisure trips, and they want again special experiences. Either go to the wine region, or people are food connoisseurs. They go to places in Italy and France, and maybe do 2 or 3 days cooking course or something like that. So they're more specific in what they want, the today's traveler, and plus the internet gives so much information. So he already comes with a preset idea in mind that this is all I want to do, and we have to learn how to cater around those areas.
Now, I mean, with your experience, rich experience, I would say, in the industry, where do you think the industry stands today? I mean, I'm not right now yet reaching the situation of the pandemic, but the industry as a whole. Say, I mean, supposing this interview was happening in January, where do you think the industry stands today? And do you think there is potential to grow? Do you think there is room for new players to come in? And if new players are to come in, what is the area in which they can come into the industry?
See, if we were doing this in January, I would think that there is no room for more players to come. Number of players, we've already reached that saturation point. But now, speaking post-COVID, you don't know how many agents will still continue. It's been challenging times for the industry, so I think quite a lot of industries, quite a lot of travel agents might, think of other alternate ways. So we will be very few agents left, and what the trend we are learning from post-COVID would be, I think customers would be more hesitant to go to online players. I think that's my perception, because the way they have been treated during this time through the various online, you're not able to get through to them, they're not able to change the tickets. The kind of handholding we can provide, there's nobody else who can.
So do you see new players coming in, or do you see consolidation? Do you see the older players becoming a little stronger where they stand, and maybe attract the older players will attract the clientele, and it would still be difficult for new players to come in?
I think the new players would not come in at this stage. It would be a wait and watch game for them. They would see how we are reacting to this once international flights start and countries open up their borders. After that, maybe I don't see new players coming in for the next 2 to 3 years at least. They'll see how the current players are consolidating and moving forward.
So basically, what you say is that there'll be a few players who will move out of the market, and those who remain in the market will sustain and will probably be able to consolidate, and more business would be coming into the brick and mortar rather than going on the online way because of, like you said, the issues they've faced during this time.
Yeah, exactly. I think
that's interesting.
That's
so for a lot of people who are in the travel trade today, I guess. Yeah.
I know, but saying that, I mean, going forward, I would also say that we, as brick and mortar agents, have to do more hand holding now to the customer. If he calls you up at odd hours, changes ticket, you have to treat the customer as you would probably treat your own self if you were the customer. Right. So that is going to be important. So that's how we'll have to train our staff to be, accessible 24/7, probably on the phone, and provide any kind of service required.
Now coming to COVID-19, what is, there's been an extended effect of the virus on the travel industry. It started in February and we thought that it'll get over, but it just got worse. How has it affected you, as in your company? And what are the changes you see happening going ahead as we go over these bad times and come back into some kind of normalcy?
I think our travel industry is pretty resilient. I think we can take it on for at least a couple of months more, if not slightly longer till. See, there is going to be a lot of release of pent-up demand once travel begins. And that travel also depends on international countries opening their borders and flights starting. Simultaneously on customer confidence growing and what is the disposable income the customer has. Based on these 3 or 4 factors, we'll see how the trend is moving forward in travel. And having said that, now customers are coming into the market with social distancing on their mind. So we will see a lot of change. We will not see people more than 60, 70 years old traveling. Earlier they used to travel, visit their children abroad. That will reduce. But we'll see a lot of, there'll be a change of age demographics, if I may use that word. We'll see a lot of Gen X travelers traveling more frequently. So we'll see that kind of change, and also we will see they will not go to cities, big cities. They will go to smaller places where the crowds are less. So those are the kind of changes we'll probably see in travel, and then they will focus on countries and cities where they are sure of sanitation, health, hygiene, safety, security. Because now what we see in the US, the way they are breaking shops is that people are getting desperate where jobs are being lost.
Right.
So we'll have to, kind of tell our customers, be careful, keep your passport and money safely. These are the new things we'll have to caution our customers about. But this is going to change.
So now coming to your role in Thai, you have been part of the Western region, you have been the chairman of the Western region, and that of course was a few years back. So, and then you've moved into the National Managing Committee. The first question I want to ask you is that everybody I know in Thai, especially in the National Managing Committee, is just so passionate about Thai. So what is it that makes all you guys so passionate about the association?
I guess my story would be different because I've been traveling for Thai conventions since I was probably 3 years old with my parents. So I have a different kind of relationship with Thai. And then when I got into Thai also, 2003, my father was the national office bearer. And all friends in the Western region egged me on to come. And then once you're in it, you make good friends and get to know each other, and the passion is infectious, I think.
Right.
If I see you having so much passion, it comes on to me and vice versa.
Correct. So it's more like a family. Everybody gets together and passes on the passion to each other. And
that's right. Exactly.
Now coming to your role as chairman of the Tourism Council, what are the kind of things you've done over the last couple of years, and what do you intend to do as the Tourism Council chairman?
See, we had tied up with Destination Canada to 7-city road shows in the past term. We plan to repeat it this year, but due to the pandemic, I think it will be delayed to next year. Then we had worked out, educational road shows along with Abu Dhabi tourism, and we had done it in 17 cities in my last term. And now in this term, due to the pandemic, what we've realized is we are doing more courses through the webinar. And so we work with a lot of tourism boards this webinar. We've done a lot of webinar sessions with different countries. Also, we did a webinar on the association did a webinar on domestic tourism and outbound tourism, and I was on the panel of island tourism webinar. So through webinars, we are trying to educate our members to learn more about destinations during this time, and help them to sell destinations better and make them more enriched, so to say.
But what has the response been to these webinars, according to you? I mean, all the webinars that you have organized, have the responses been good? Have travel agents accepted it and realized that is a big help to them, or has it been more just to attend the webinar and try and understand, but not really take advantage of it?
I think in tier 2, tier 3 cities, the responses have been overwhelming. And sometimes their numbers are even more than what a Bombay or a Delhi brings. So, small towns like Trichy, Nagpur, Pune, they've really got us good numbers on these webinars. And you really see that people are interested, they ask questions, and the response has been good there. Even indoor, we did an indoor, done quite a few with Hemendra, our chairman there, and response was amazing.
So the travel agents are looking to educate themselves, educate their staff to learn more about destinations through these webinars. But eventually, you're pretty sure that the interactive sessions will come back again.
I think so.
And you will
early next year.
And you will bring them back.
Yeah, I'll bring them.
That's great to hear. Okay, now you've been around for 30 years and you're going to be around much, much longer, I'm pretty sure. So can you tell me what is the one change that you would like to see in this sector, in the industry as a whole? And when I say industry, I'm talking about travel, tourism, as well as hospitality. What is the change that you would like to see? And do you think that it will see light of day, whatever you feel should be done?
Something small from the airline point of view is I would really hope that they have more flexible fares, because learning from this pandemic, I feel that customers will want more flexible. They are not going to take non-refundable fares where the date change is a problem. But there are so many people who are already stuck during this pandemic. They cannot come home, and they wouldn't want this to be the same kind of situation. So our basic thing would be to appeal to airlines that just reduce the number of subclasses that you have. Just keep the fares flexible, even if it's about 10% higher. You are going to get more customers who will look for flexible fares. So that's what it is from the airline point of view. Then from the tourism board's point of view, I would think that, as I said earlier too, that how is the country going to change? Facilitation for visas. I think initially that's going to be a big roadblock to begin with. Once the countries open up, the visa requirements are going to just drive us crazy. So we'll want to be prepared for that. And going forward, if they want tourism to grow in their country, India being such a large outbound market, they have to go easy on giving the visas. So those are the two things that come to mind. And then the other thing probably would be, I would want train my staff to be more technologically advanced. I think that's the way forward.
So technology, you feel, is the way forward for even a standalone agency or a small agency. Technology is going to play a big role. And now finally, coming to tourism, what do you see as the revival horizon of tourism, considering the situation today where we are, not locked down, but there are no flights flying out of India or coming into India. There's very little travel happening within India. So what is the time horizon you see for domestic travel, inbound travel, outbound travel? How do you think it's going to pick up, and how much time is it going to take?
See, I would think if travel begins, international travel, if it does begin, then there will be initial, as I said, release of pent-up demand. So it's going to, for the next month and a half after travel begins, we'll see a good rise in numbers. Then we will see a plateau or probably a drop for the next 3 months. And I feel that during Diwali holidays we might see some good numbers. Maybe initially to begin with, domestic will be good, but now we have a problem in Ladakh and Leh. So, that one area is ruled out. Otherwise, that would have been a great area. And then maybe the neighboring countries, they come out with some good offers. So I think maybe till next summer, we should be back on track.
All things going well.
Yeah.
If
everything goes well.
Okay, Anoop, thank you so much for sparing your time and giving us these insights from memories and how you have come through over the last 30 years.
Thank you.
We'll catch up with you again as and when it is possible to meet personally. Till then, take care of yourself. And to our viewers, we hope you liked this session with Anoop, a veteran of the trade. And if you did, please don't forget to click on like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you, Amish.
Thank you.